Yo, people, what's going on? It's Egal Talks Football, and we're back with another video of Vibes from the Six. But today's video is very different. First of all, there's massive news that Antonio Conte and Tottenham have left on mutual terms. Basically, he got sacked by Tottenham Hotspur, and he's not coming back from Italy and his vacation in Italy. We all knew the moment he hopped on that plane to Ryanair that he was never going to come back. And his assistant manager is actually going to be the manager that holds down the fort in the meanwhile. And also, there's going to be a ranking show. Today, what we're going to be doing, we're going to be ranking our top 10 Premier League all-time strikers, from the greats of the greats to some of the players who are honorable mentions that just don't make the cut. We're going to talk about that. But let me know your top 10s in the comment section as we go. Lateness is greatness, my guy. I do got to sleep. I'm sorry, people. We literally just waiting for some of the guys to jump into the stream. At this moment in time, we have Alan in the house, and his Tottenham Hotspur have just made a crazy change. Antonio Conte is out. We got Rax in the building doing his thing. We got Qasim in the house. We got Cass in the building, and of course Hamza is going to be joining us whenever he gets home. He's currently downstairs parking his car. The moment he gets up into his house, he's going to jump on the stream. But first things first, guys, we got to begin with the massive news. And also, if you're watching, we got about 50 of you guys watching right now, and some of you guys watching on the playback. Make sure you hit that like button. Let me know what you think about Antonio Conte being sacked by Tottenham Hotspur. Alan, quick, short, discreet, what you got to say about Tottenham sacking Conte, and who do you think they should bring in as the next manager?
Yeah, for me, you knew it was coming after the comments he made. It was never going to happen with the players going back into that. However, we agree with the players, and some of them aren't good enough for this club and all that. Completely agree. Conte doubled down and said it was about the players, not about the board. You should have done with the board as well. Like, you should have called everyone out, but he just called the players out. Maybe that will come in the coming days. But yeah, for me, Nagelsmann wasn't on the. He's available now, so I'd get him. But if it doesn't happen, you've got other players in there like Aaron from Sporting. You've got Zerbi from Brighton. You've got other managers like that. Spurs fans are now clamouring for Poch. I don't want Poch. But yeah, that they would be the people of. But we knew it was coming. They took that long, but we've got to act like a big club now and get a manager in now rather than fast about until the summer. So yeah, I'd get a new manager in now, but Spurs take their time, so we'll see what happens.
There you go. Is anyone shocked? No one's shocked. Would you take Nagelsmann?
I would definitely, yeah.
Yeah, Lewis being shameless as always. He came to he mocked Spurs and left Don Conte. Everyone just making fun of Conte. Everyone just roasting Conte. This guy literally stole my tweet. But yeah, Conte's gone, man. He came in. Look at that. That's Conte. He came in. He did it. He bought a couple players, and now he's gone. Typical Conte. It is what it is. You guys didn't achieve anything under Conte. We knew it was never going to happen. And honestly, did anyone expect anything different from Conte before we get into the top 10 list? Did anyone expect anything different? Qasim, you had him at Chelsea. You know how he is. Toxic as he is, as always. Let me know. What did you expect this, or are you not surprised?
I'm not surprised. You know what Conte like. But to be fair,
I expect... Also have to say happy birthday to the greatest manager in the Premier League. Let's go.
What's that? What's the greatest?
Mikel Arteta.
Anyways. Yeah, Top's birthday not until for 2 weeks.
No, stop it, Alex. Stop it.
No, I wasn't surprised. You know what Conte like. Yeah, I expect him to win a trophy, at least a trophy with Tottenham when he came first time round. But yeah, it's Conte for you, man. If he doesn't get what he wants, he's gonna just drop the bomb in it. That's all. Like, he's a bad boy.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't really give a shit about Tottenham and Antonio Conte. It's just breaking news, so we gotta cover it. The reality is anybody really want to even talk about Conte? Because this has been old news. He should have been sacked a couple of days ago, let alone today. And the fact that they did it, I gotta give them credit. I thought they were gonna be cheap, and I thought they weren't gonna sack him. As Alan said, I thought they were going to keep him until the end of the season, and they actually got rid of him. If you guys get
after that statement, Egal, surely. You know it's going to be done after that statement.
Yeah. And you know the good thing is, if they go and now get Nagelsmann, they have so many good choices. Tottenham, you could get so many good managers out there. Rax, do you have anything to say on this before we move?
Not really a surprise that Conte's left, and it's also not really a surprise how he's left. We always knew it was going to be explosive. He's not a manager to mince his words, and if he's unhappy, he wears his heart on his sleeve. I don't think he conducted himself in the best way possible. But that's what happens when you recruit Conte. And I know people will say he should have won a trophy or something. I mean, last season we were very good. He wasn't going to win the league. He obviously wasn't able to win the Carabao or the FA Cup. So it's a bit tricky for him to win any trophies in such a short space of time. Even though he's done it, but he's never had the kind of challenge that he's had at Spurs. Nothing
Fair
surprising,
enough.
to be honest.
And
People in
Harvey
the chat, let me know. People in the
That's
chat,
just
let me know right now before we do the top 10 who you think should be Tottenham's number one candidate for the managerial position. I personally think it should be Nagelsmann, but because he's young, exciting, could be their manager for a couple of years. If you go and get some of these other managers that are defensive minded, it's not that good. You should get someone attacking minded and has done it at the top level. Hamza, how you doing, bro? How you doing? You're on mute. What do you think about Tottenham sacking Antonio Conte? Who do you think they should bring in?
Yeah, it's a tough one. Are there any managers out there? The problem is Tottenham are fighting for top 4 currently. Alan would agree, and that's the problem, that they can't. They have to get a manager now. If they were comfortably top 4, then I would have said wait until summer and Ancelotti is available. Ancelotti is available for in the summer, and there's no one better than someone who's done it before at top level. Ancelotti's done it at AC Milan, Roma. He's done it at Chelsea, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. He's managed at top level, so that is a manager that you need sometimes to stabilize the ship. But we had Conte, but the difference with Ancelotti and Conte is a very hot-headed person. You can see he's got typical hot-headed attitude, and he's what he is. Conte is different. Like, he's very smart, and I would have said wait for Conte, but the problem is you can't wait. Mason, can Mason hold it out? Is that Mason or the assistant coach who's got the managerial job now?
Stellini.
So I don't know whether. So I don't know whether Nagelsmann, if you go for him now, okay, fair enough. He's got the German mentality experience, but if you had him and Conte, who do you take? There's no doubt about experience. Like, I know he's younger, he's got fresh mentality, but it's that respect that people get from Ancelotti. He's won the Champions League, he's done it at Real Madrid, he's done it at Bayern Munich, he's done it at all level. AC Milan, he was part of the great AC Milans in the 90s. He's one of the best players that we've seen, and as a manager, he's done it at top level. So I think Ancelotti would have been the ideal guide for me.
Fair enough. Let's now move on and actually do the teams before we go any further. Kaz, are you with us, my guy? We're gonna now do the top 10, unless you had something to say on Conte. I don't think he's there. Okay, so we're just gonna keep it moving. But people in the chat, let me know what you guys think about Conte. Some people saying Ancelotti might be available. Ancelotti after Mourinho and Conte. I don't think they're gonna go get Ancelotti. Let's be honest. My guy Monty in the building. Monty saying what up? Big up Monty all the way in America saying what up. Antonio Moore. Yeah, Antonio Moore. Listen, people, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know who you think Tottenham's replacement for Antonio Conte is going to be. And now let's move on to the next part of the show. The way we're going to do this is, Kaz, did you have anything to say on Conte before we go into the top 10? You're on mute, bro.
He's a dinosaur. He's a shit manager. What?
There you go. Bonham. Let's get into the top 10. So the way the top 10 is going to work is majority of you guys have sent me your list. Qasim has sent me his list. Rak has sent me his list. Kaz has sent me his list. Hamza has sent me his list. Alan, you have not sent me your list. But we also have lists from Fatur. We have lists from Neeks. We have a list from Ram. And with all the people's lists, we're going to put them together and we're going to come up with who we have as our top 10 strikers in the Premier League era. And from there, we work our way around. So I was thinking, what do you guys think? 10 down or that's the best way to go? Because we probably all know who 1 and 2 is going to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to probably go the other way. But Alan, just let me know when you got your list ready. So honorable mentions, by the way. A lot of you guys had some crazy shouts in your team. For example, Ian Wright is actually in 3 or he's in a couple people's teams, right? one person had Haaland out of all of us. One person had Haaland, and it's my guy Qasim. Qasim had Haaland. So yeah, I don't think Haaland is yet
People
to be.
thought it was me, yeah.
I said, fam.
But you know what? I think the way you need to just get this straight is: are we doing best or are we doing greatest? Because
It has to be
greatest.
It has to be
because greatest is a different thing, right? Greatest is over their entire career in the Premier League. That's different to, like, if you say, is Haaland one of the best strikers in Premier League history?
I think he is, yeah.
At the level he's playing at, I would say yes. His numbers alone say it. But if you're saying greatest, he's got way more to achieve than, for example, Henry.
I don't think
so.
Okay,
depends, but
let me make it clear. This is the top 10 Premier League strikers of all time, and I'm going based off of their careers, not just what their goal scoring is or their ability. This is not based on ability, based on who's the best striker, based on who's the best goal scorer. This is based on your Premier League history, what you've accomplished in your time in the Premier League. So, for example, a guy like Jamie Vardy might have more say than certain other people, even though he might not make the list. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys get my criterias? Everyone understand?
Yeah, cool.
Okay. So what I've gotten a list from all you guys, and I'm just gonna name some people that are on your list, because there's about 25. There's about 15 to 17 different names, right? Some of the names that are on the fringes, Mo Salah and Ronaldo don't get in because this is not a wingers. Wingers are not included.
Yeah,
It's
but
strictly strikers.
Henry was no striker. It was a winger, isn't it?
No. Henry was a striker.
No, he wasn't.
Henry was a striker.
No, he wasn't for Juventus. It wasn't for Juventus, was it?
Not at Juventus, but at Arsenal, he was.
Yeah,
a striker.
I understand. He's been confirmed. Samuel Salah for Roma, he was no striker, and he's been confirmed after that. A club played him as a striker. Right?
Okay,
Yeah,
Kaz,
Henry was
That's
playing
the
up
reason-
front with
that's the reason-
Dennis Bergkamp up front. Both of them. One was more of a creator. One was with a finisher. He wasn't a winger. No, bro. That's Robert Pires in him, man.
It's just because his starting position, he used to take up that position on the left hand side.
By that
So he was a striker, but he's not wide there.
By that logic, Ashley Cole's a striker then. What? He started for striker before he went left back.
Let me ask Kaz. It was Henry a winger? Yes or no?
Listen.
He started
The way.
opposite.
Let me just make it easier for you. Let me just make it easier for you, Qasim. When it comes to Thierry Henry, default position that everyone considers him playing is the number 9, be it in a 2 or be it in a 1, right? Where Mo Salah is considered a player who's played on the right. Ronaldo is considered someone who played predominantly on the right or the left, and only at the end of his career, when he came back to United, played at the top. So we're not going to put Mo Salah. We're not going to put Ronaldo. We're not going to put Giggs or Bale. None of those guys.
Is that putting Xavi or Iniesta as a left mid?
Yeah.
By that logic too.
Yeah. So, and it shouldn't be too difficult to understand because we're only putting Henry as a striker because in his time in the Premier League alone, he was known as a striker, and that's his main outlet where he was performing from. He was playing as a striker, even though he was drifting out wide. He was playing as a striker. Same as Aguero. Aguero had times where he played. Tevez had times where he played on the wing. Rooney had time where he played on the wing. But we know Rooney is a striker.
It wasn't really a wing thing.
Let me ask you that. Let me ask you again. What about Rooney?
Rooney's a striker.
No, but
Right.
Rooney played everywhere.
Now we're shifting the goalpost now because
but the reason why Rooney's considered a striker,
Rooney predominantly was the
longevity.
second forward behind the striker. He was a second striker, which is ultimately still a striker.
Let me know people
second
in the chat
striker,
if you disagree.
second striker, still striker.
He's still a striker. He's still ultimately a striker. You know what it is? I think your logic, where you're trying to go, are we talking about number 9s or are we talking about 10s or all together?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to understand.
I'm talking about center forward attacking, like your goal, your outlet, your main center forward. I'm not talking about Mo Salah. I'm not talking about wingers. I'm not talking about players who traditionally would play in wide positions.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Predominantly central. So, Alan, did you get a chance to send me your list?
Let me just do it now. 1 sec.
Okay. So just so you guys know, I have everyone's list. So going through Qasim's list, he had number 10 Haaland. Fatur had Ruud van Nistelrooy. I had Ian Wright. Cass had Ian Wright. Neeks had Jermaine Defoe. Ram had Jermaine Defoe. Hamza had Ruud van Nistelrooy, Ian Wright. So he Hamza, you have to pick. You can't have both. Ian Wright or Ruud van Nistelrooy.
It has to be Ian Wright. Yeah. No. Listen, I had number 10.
She's stupid.
What?
No. Listen, I had a good list. I had a very good list. Yeah.
But which one are you
I had
picking?
Ian
You
Wright
or
over
where is
Nistelrooy,
that?
number 10.
The
It has
problem
to
is
be.
your list has
It has to
50
be
people
Ian
on it.
Wright.
okay? So
No, I
based
had
on
11. Yeah, I had 11.
okay, so based on our list,
It's clear, bro, of most of these strikers in the Premier.
one second. Based on our list at this moment in time, Ruud van Nistelrooy,
Ian Wright.
Ruud van Nistelrooy is on almost everyone's team. Ian Wright seems to be the guy who's on the fringes on a lot of people's team. By the way, Robbie Fowler is in Neeks' team, and he's also in some other people's teams, but he's not really high on this
my
list.
God, how I forgot about Michael Owen on my life.
Michael Owen.
But
Michael
you can't.
Owen.
Listen,
also,
you can't have those kind of guys. Man.
Listen, guys, Michael Owen is another player who's an honorable mention.
Michael
So honorable mention at this moment in time, you have Michael Owen,
Oh my
Robbie
God.
Fowler,
you have Robbie Fowler, Teddy Sheringham, and surprisingly,
Les Ferdinand.
Surprisingly,
Okay.
Cantona is
No,
on
no,
the fringes.
if we're going to say Les Ferdinand, we're going to talk about Matt Letizia now. Let's stop now.
No.
So
No. Les Ferdinand. The thing is, you can't bring.
Listen to this.
Egal. Let's just get it right. Yeah, Egal.
Yeah.
Egal. Let's get it right. Strikers has to be played in the Premier League first as a striker. Number 2, yeah, he has to have had a legacy. Like, you can't play 2 seasons or 1 season, whatever it is. And I have to take Ian Wright over Van Nistelrooy because Ian Wright was in the Premier League, one of the greatest strikers.
You want to know something?
He broke the record.
Hamza?
So
Hamza?
there's level to this game. I can't pick people like Robbie
Hamza, Van Nistelrooy, understand that Van Nistelrooy is basically default getting in because majority of the people have selected him. So he's going to get in.
If you're going to put Haaland in your thing, then you're putting Van Nistelrooy in your thing as well, by the way. Just to clarify, just check goal to game as well.
No, I didn't put Haaland. What? I didn't put Haaland.
I think Van Nistelrooy done a free-peat, bro.
As soon as you mentioned Haaland, it's me.
1 second.
No,
does Jamie Vardy get a shout?
Not me
does Jamie Vardy get a shout?
Oh, you didn't put Haaland in it?
No,
I bought Haaland.
If it wasn't for Ramadan, I'll be getting onto you, Hamza. You know that. Swear
No,
down.
guys. Does Jamie Vardy get a shout?
I know what Premier League strikers break.
No.
No,
Jamie Vardy does not get in.
Jamie Vardy, no chance.
Okay.
Jamie Vardy, I bought John. Listen, how can you say Jamie Vardy is not? How do you work this out? Jamie Vardy won the Premier League, my guy. He won the Premier League.
Oh, what? Anderson won the Premier League.
No. What do you mean by so?
It don't matter if he done that. Like, he had one good season, and then you know what? Let me explain this a little bit. Sorry,
okay, please do. Yeah, please do.
Because I think with Qasim, I don't want to misunderstand him in it. By the way, Qasim, it's the first time speaking to you in it. Pleasure,
yeah. I watch you, my man. I watch you. I enjoy your show as well. I enjoy your show.
I'm a shameless loud bastard. Yeah. Jamie Vardy, the issue with him, even though he done his thing, like he had one great season, but then Jamie Vardy does his thing. He has one great season, one shit season, one good season, one crap season. For me, if you're going to be a great striker, you have to be consistent in all season, regardless. He just didn't go to a bigger team where you could be like, he had the opportunity, but he didn't. And that's where it's like, cool, you done that. There's a lot of great strikers out there. We could talk about Chris Sutton, had a great season with Shearer. After that, fell off a little bit. Vardy's better than Chris Sutton, by the way. People like that for me.
Robbie Van Persie.
But you know, let me stop you a second, Kaz. I think Vardy actually, considering he played for Leicester City, he was consistent. If you watch him, I mean, not this year or year before.
I hear it.
Yeah, let me explain.
I think that Ian Wright came into the Premier League maybe a little bit too late for his age. I think if he came like years ago when he was younger, obviously building his career, I think he would have done immense things, by the way. Immense things. Like he would have ruined defenses with that pace. But here's what it is, isn't it?
Everyone's going to agree, guys. Everyone's going to have different opinions. Come on, let's just get started.
There's no Harry Kane in my list. I'll tell you that for free.
But
I'll tell you this. Harry
Kane
Kane
players like
No, go ahead.
Come on, Hamza.
I'll say there's some players here we know is a guarantee. We know there's a guarantee. Henry's getting there. Fact. There's no way. You can't have the greatest Premier League strikers and Henry's not there. You cannot have it with Alan Shearer. You cannot have it with Aguero. Yeah?
No, Shearer, man.
You cannot have it with those are the main guys. And I think you can't have it with players like Eric Cantona. You can't. These guys were the Premier League.
You know something?
Strikers. They were the
you know something? Hamza, that leaves us now to number 10. we have an issue. Number 10 and number 8, there's a tie. There's a 3-way tie. Eric Cantona, Ian Wright, and Ruud van Nistelrooy. By the way, Ruud van Nistelrooy has more votes than Cantona and Ian Wright, so he automatically takes number 9. Number 10 is between Cantona and Ian Wright. Who takes the 10 spot between Ian Wright and Cantona?
I mean, it's wild.
I think that's hard. I think we should have. I think we should have discussed that. That issue would have been discussed because Van Nistelrooy shouldn't be there ahead of Ian Wright and Eric Cantona. No disrespect to Van Nistelrooy, yeah. There's no way Van Nistelrooy is there ahead of Ian Wright. Like, football, no fan base will tell you that except us, and that's why listen. Van Nistelrooy did it, yes, 2-3 seasons. Ian Wright broke records. He's got one of the greatest strikers goals. Andy Cole's are sitting there. Van Nistelrooy doesn't even sit above Andy Cole.
No, but the reason, Hamza, the reason,
so we can't remove one of the great for Van Nistelrooy.
Hamza, the reason why it's shaky is because everyone's given their list except for Alan. So once we see Alan's list, we'll maybe have some closure.
I've sent it to you.
You sent it to me on WhatsApp?
I've sent it to you. Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Sorry,
so everyone else has sent me their list. But based on everyone's list, everybody. By the way, Luis Suarez is not on the list.
I bought myself Luis Suarez.
Can you read everyone's list?
Luis Suarez.
Can you read everyone's list?
By the way, Luis Suarez.
Luis
Suarez. Let me just make it clear. Luis Suarez was in Hamza's list. Luis Suarez was in Hamza's list. He was in Qasim's list, and he was in Qasim's list. He was in Rax's list.
No, he was in my. He was my list for the best, but not for the.
He wasn't in Rax's list, and he was in Alan's list. So based on the actual list itself, he would fall in the category as similar to 9 or 8, if he even qualified. So right now he would be on the fringes. Luis Suarez doesn't.
Qasim, what I'm saying is, if you're talking about who was the best, for me Suarez is right up.
Yeah, that's. Let me just clarify something, guys. When I back to my team today, I back to my team. Yeah. When I back to my team today, it's not the greatest. It's about the best, and the way I saw them, the style.
Kind of.
Sorry,
I did as the greatest.
I mixed and matched it personally, innit? I thought I went for the greatest, but like people like, if I'm not the greatest of all time, then it's obviously span a career. I'm telling you now, Van Nistelrooy stayed at Man United, they would have broke all the records. But that's the way I'm looking at it. That's the way I'm looking at it. He won every.
So let me just start from the beginning. So by the way, right now I'm gonna tell you, I had Ian Wright 10th. Cass had Ian Wright 10th. What do you call it? Rax had Michael Owen 10th. He didn't have Ian Wright or Ruud van Nistelrooy or Cantona in his team, right? Shocking. Alan had Ruud van Nistelrooy 6th, so he would obviously put him higher on the list, and he didn't have Ian Wright or Cantona or Luis Suarez. Was 10th.
Just about Owen, right? Yeah. Lots of people. This was towards the infancy of the Premier League, right? This was 1990, 97, 98 when he came onto the scene. Owen was the reason a lot of people from abroad started following Liverpool specifically, but also the Premier League. Like, he was a Ballon d'Or winner, and he came on as a fresh-faced 17-year-old. He came on and took the scoring charts by storm. He was one of the biggest for the first 3 or 4 seasons when he was in the Premier League. He was the hottest property in the Premier League. Then he fell off a cliff and injuries and all that kind of stuff. But that's why I don't hold him as the greatest. But his impact in the Premier League in Premier League history, people still talk about him now, considering, he really only played at the top level in the Premier League between 97 and 2001. 2001, perhaps. Yeah, the Owen Cup final against Arsenal was probably the highlight, and after that, it kind of all went a bit downhill. And that was like over 20 years ago. People still talk about Michael Owen.
Egal, let me explain. Egal, it's a bit confusion here because I think some individuals use the best and some individuals use the greatest, and I use the best. So that's why I didn't.
I kind of mix. I try and mix and match mine, the best and the greatest. But
okay, so
I'm sure gonna make my list. Sorry.
So I'm just gonna tell you guys right now, from Ian Wright, Cantona, and Ruud van Nistelrooy. Unfortunately, Ian Wright and Cantona didn't make the list. They made honorable mentions. Luis Suarez gets 10th because Luis Suarez is actually extremely high on Qasim's list. He's 4th on Qasim's list, and the way that I'm scoring it, he goes there. And then guess what? Cantona and these guys don't make the cut, but Harry Kane is on a lot of people's list also, and he drops into 9th. and Ruud van Nistelrooy.
With a Prem.
So now the conversation.
I missed
Now the
I
conversation.
missed it.
One second. So just so everyone knows, number 10 has gone to Luis Suarez based on the point system. Number 9 is now between Harry Kane and what do you call it, Ruud van Nistelrooy. What do you guys say?
Who? I can't lie. I had Ruud van Nistelrooy as second in my list.
Okay, so based on that, you have him higher than Harry Kane.
Bro, we're talking about a guy that scored 150 goals in 219 games for Man United.
What
That
you have
is
to understand is Ram has Harry Kane ahead of Aguero, ahead of Shearer, ahead of Robbie Fowler, ahead of Drogba. Certain people have Harry Kane so high on their list also.
Nah, for me,
The only thing I'll say about Harry Kane,
I won like 4 Prems, bro, in like
Yeah.
5 years. I can't lie.
Cal,
Yeah, I
the
think
only thing
that's
about
what I'm
Harry
saying.
Kane is the fact.
This is why
Well, yeah, controversial because like Qasim making a point about he's winning too many Premier League. I know. I mean, he was focused in the box in it. Van Nistelrooy. He's just gonna have that, different, opinion.
No, one minute.
Wait.
Van
Who's
Nistelrooy only won one Premier League.
Cantona.
No, you won one Premier
Cantona.
League.
Eric Cantona.
No, Cantona won over.
Listen, I was gonna say.
Van Nistelrooy won 203.
Yeah. He won,
Right?
and he won a League Cup,
Yeah.
Thingy Cup. I think the English. I think that was it called Thingy Cup.
Okay.
So he won.
One second,
okay,
just to make it clear.
he won the Premier League once. He won the FA Cup once. He won the Football League Cup once, which I presume is the
He won
Carabao
something
Cup,
every season.
and the Community Shield.
Who's that? Van Nistelrooy.
Van Nistelrooy. He won one of
league.
everything. Well, he didn't win the Champions League. He didn't win the Champions League.
Okay.
He
So
was
now,
probably top scorer a couple of seasons, I imagine.
I think he was every season.
One season. One season. No. Henry used to be. Yeah, Henry used to be.
Guys,
Guys,
let me address something here, bro. Right? Because
He
listen,
was injured.
you're gonna get some
one
players
golden
playing
boot.
for United. One second. You're gonna get some players played for United, right? And United in the 90s, early 2000s, they were great. They were dominating the British football. But if we talk about the best players, it does make sense because greatest player, like Kaz made the point about he won 3-4 Premier League, maybe, but he wasn't better than Suarez. So I think he's in fair judgment here. So if we judge him in best players, it does make sense. So everyone on the same page. The greatest is difficult, my guy.
But can I get everyone's list? I want to read everyone's list. Listen, to me, Harry Kane is a great striker.
Wait,
Listen,
Egal, shouldn't you
quickly,
really
just quickly.
go number 10 and we all say who he had as number 10 and then we have a little debate, go 9, and then that way we
let's
can
do it
get
that way.
Yeah.
There's no point in talking about it.
Okay.
Let's just do it that way.
So
all over the place at the moment.
okay.
Yeah,
So number 10. So we're starting from the beginning again. Number 10, Qasim had Haaland. Okay, Qasim had Haaland.
Best.
Qasim had Haaland. I had
Okay.
Ian Wright. Kaz had Ian Wright.
But you know what? By that logic, then Mishu was number 11, 10.
Understand? Fatur had Ruud van Nistelrooy. Neeks had Jermaine Defoe. Ram had Jermaine Defoe. Hamza had Ian Wright. Rax had Michael Owen, who's the only person who had Michael Owen, by the way. And then Alan had Luis Suarez. So based off that list, Ian Wright.
Jermaine Defoe is a bit of a mad one, man. I like to be honest. Jermaine Defoe was a very good goal scorer.
Guys,
But
I've realized it's actually messed up the way that we're doing 10 down. We should do 1 first and then work our way down.
Yeah, Henry.
Okay, we'll go
Henry's number 1.
Yeah. So let's just do 1 first. Henry's number 1. No question about it, right?
Yeah, no question.
Has everyone
Henry.
Everyone has Henry, right? Okay,
Greatest
so
player in the Premier
Henry's
League.
first, no question about it. We move on from there. This is where the debate now starts to begin, right? Because if everyone has Henry number 1, who do you have number 2? Some people have everyone give me their number 2s. I'm gonna say my number 2, and then everyone else say their number 2. For me, number 2, I have Aguero.
I'm happy to put Aguero.
I had Shearer as number
Alan
2.
Shearer. I got Alan Shearer.
If Alan Shearer's anywhere on this list,
Listen, what about you, Hamza?
What about you, Qasim?
Aguero.
What did you say, Hamza? Sorry. Go ahead.
Aguero. I thought Aguero. I didn't have Alan Shearer. Aguero.
No,
Okay.
I'm not going with Alan Shearer, bro. No, he's not for
Okay.
me.
So if it's between Alan Shearer and Aguero, and you're the tiebreaker, who are you selecting?
No, I've got my own selection, my guy, right?
Okay, who's your selection?
Right.
Qasim's refusing to take part in this debate.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm going Luis Suarez, my guy.
Luis Suarez second.
I think he's better than Aguero as a striker, yeah.
Okay.
Aguero achieved more. No, you need to understand. Listen. You need to understand something I'm saying. Aguero achieved more. Luis Suarez is a better striker for me.
Aguero scored 260 goals and 7
But that's what I'm saying. He achieved more in the Premier League, my guy, right? He played in the Premier League for over 6
I think
years.
Aguero
is a better
achieved more
player.
than Alan Shearer.
Bro. Don't
Aguero has more goals per minute.
I'm not denying that, though. You keep...
Per minute than any striker in the Premier League history.
I can't lie,
ever.
yeah. All right, can I put it like this as well? Alan Shearer scored 356 goals in
There we
total
go.
in 695 games, yeah? And he won 1 Premier League. Aguero scored 260 goals in half those appearances nearly.
Okay.
With 100 less goals.
Crazy, man.
It's totally different.
And also won more than Alan Shearer. He's a better footballer than Alan Shearer. In every department, he's better than Alan Shearer, bro, except for heading.
No way. He's a better head of the ball than Alan Shearer. Are you mad?
No. I said Aguero's better than him in every
So
department.
he said Eddie. And
That's why he's back in Aguero, though. I'm saying Suarez, but you know that's just me. That's just me.
Need context of that. Alan Shearer is playing a Newcastle team year after year. And,
let's just ask the chat.
And Blackburn, he won them their first top.
One second.
Rooney as well. I mean, Rooney's a good shout as well.
One second.
Tim Sherwood got a Premier League. Cool. But Alan Shearer, same respect to Kane. What's the difference? One Premier League. And the other one won nothing.
If you think Tim Sherwood had the same, if you think Tim Sherwood had the same,
we have to vote between these two players to see who goes second. Who's going to go second? Do we put Alan Shearer second or do we put Aguero second? I have 3 votes for Alan Shearer.
I'm going Aguero. I have to go Aguero. With the majority, I have to go Aguero because I'm not rating Alan Shearer here.
Okay, so now that we've done that, and Alan Shearer, does Alan Shearer automatically take third, or do we drop him down even lower for somebody else?
Rooney's better than him in every fucking department.
Of course. I mean, if he was neck and neck with the debate for second, then surely he should automatically go third because otherwise it doesn't make sense.
No, but Rooney deserves a shot for second.
Bro, Rooney should be even.
But then
second.
we should have discussed Rooney for second.
I wouldn't say Rooney was a better. When I think of strikers, I think of that. Then we're gonna have to think of the all-round game. I'm having Rooney above Shearer. Sorry.
All day long. Rooney's all-round player. So.
At this moment in time, we haven't discussed what we're gonna do with the rest of the guys, but we have Henry first, Aguero second, Rooney third, or actually Alan Shearer and Rooney. We haven't discussed what we're gonna do with them. But what are you guys saying?
Rooney for me. Rooney, 100%.
Shearer.
I would like to say Rooney probably more 10s, yeah, but I'm saying if we talking nines,
I have Rooney before Shearer.
Are we talking just 9s or 9s?
Shearer, man.
Bro, we're talking about Premier League.
There's levels that game.
We're talking about, guys, we're talking about Premier League legacy. We're not talking about just goal scoring.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Shearer, by far.
He ain't got better legacy.
Shearer had a great legacy in the Premier League.
But not only is Shearer the top goal scorer in Premier League history, he was a world record transfer from Blackburn to Newcastle. At that point, he was the standout player in the Premier League
by a mile.
Yeah, that point. But we're talking about legacies.
But that was the inception of the Premier League. It was a critical time.
Everyone, right now, stop for a second. People in the chat, give me your top 5 so far. This is how we're gonna have to do it because everyone's top 5 is all out of whack. Let's see. My top 5. I'm gonna give you my top 5, and then you guys tell me what you guys have. Because personally, my top 5 is gonna be this. We have Aguero, we have Rooney. You're gonna have Shearer 4th, and you're gonna drop Bergkamp 4th. You're gonna have things 6th. This is my 5.
I like the way Egal just like kept Bergkamp and dropped.
That's my 5. Would you guys change this?
Yeah, I changed the Drogba for Bergkamp. Come on.
No chance. No,
Bergkamp's there, man. No, Shearer should be ahead of Rooney, man. That's robbery. Biggest robbery.
I can't lie. For me, Suarez is better than Bergkamp.
Yeah.
Based on the fact. Okay, this is actually based on. based off what you guys gave me, I did an Excel spreadsheet, and this is actually what you guys decided. You guys had Henry, Aguero had a lot more ratings from you guys. Rooney had a lot higher ratings from you guys. Shearer actually wasn't even on some people's lists.
That's mad.
I bought Suarez before Shearer, my guy, right?
Nah.
There you go.
Surely,
And
but
then-
Shearer
I mean,
broke
you're looking
record.
for the greatest and record and stuff like that.
So what
So
do you guys
the-
think so far?
My top 5 was
That's
Henry
fair.
first, Shearer second, Aguero third, Rooney fourth, Bergkamp fifth was my top 5.
You had this like
That's
that.
no problem.
That is never
Rooney
happening.
and
Yeah, that's no
Bergkamp.
problem even for me.
Oh,
That's my top 5.
Rooney, then Aguero, or Aguero, then Rooney?
No.
Henry,
I had
Henry,
Rooney
Shearer,
and Aguero.
Aguero,
I had
Rooney,
Rooney and
That's a
Aguero.
joke.
exactly like that. That was my top 5.
That's a joke. Man.
Okay, Kaz, what's yours?
I can't lie, I had Van Nistelrooy up there, innit? Because I'm thinking of goals, what he's
Van
won. all
Nistelrooy
that.
over Eric Cantona.
Okay, so ignore the fact that you had Van Nistelrooy because he didn't get enough overall votes from everybody else.
You know what? It's mixing 9s and 10s is extremely difficult, man. I can't lie. Like Rooney.
The second half
Yeah,
is
it
going to be
becomes more
difficult.
The
difficult.
thing is, Rooney
does
against
become more
Bergkamp
difficult.
would make
True.
Rooney and Bergkamp would make sense in it because they're similar. So yeah, man, it's I'm trying to think of it like that in that way. So, but for me, Aguero is definitely the second best striker the Premier League scene. Number 2, bro, the guy's dumb. I remember when his debut against Swansea, just whacked a flipping long ranger against Vorm and scored a hat trick.
Boom.
Drive me sick all life.
Rack, what would you change from this?
I mean, I had it Henry, Shearer, Rooney, Aguero. So I had it that way around. But I mean, we
So
are
you had
more or
Aguero
less all
fourth.
talking about the same players. It's just maybe we're talking about 1 or 2 players up and down or
It
whatever.
comes down
But
to preference. It comes down to preference.
you know, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we already know Qasim's thoughts on this. Hamza,
I
are you
didn't
changing
have
anything?
I didn't have Bergkamp fifth to be fair, but
Yeah. People, we're gonna get onto Bergkamp or Drogba.
You know what
We'll
you
talk
could have done?
about-
We could have done. We could have just done the mean in it, the mean for the average in it. You could have put every name down, add it all up in by points, and divided by the amount of people that actually done it. Then you would have got first, second, third like that.
I actually
You know what
did that.
disappoints me a lot? You know what disappoints me a lot? Is Kaz. Kaz, United fan. You never put Eric Cantona. I'm surprised.
Eric Cantona is
Eric
there.
Cantona was in his
He's
team.
a new United fan.
By the
New
way,
United fan. I've been saying.
let me
He's
show
a
you
United
this.
fan.
This is
Wow.
the list. This is the list that we generated, basically, right? So we have Luis
That's a
Suarez,
shock.
Ruud van Nistelrooy, Harry Kane, Andy Cole, Drogba, Dennis Bergkamp, Alan
Yeah,
Shearer,
right.
Wayne Rooney, Aguero, Henry. This is the list.
I did a mix. I tried to mix the 9s and 10s all together, but I'm gonna
Yeah,
be honest.
right.
I never watched Cantona, bro. I was barely born. Like I was born in '96. I can't
Yeah,
really
that's
rate.
it.
It doesn't matter, man.
So this-
I didn't watch
See,
Cantona.
I get to see clips and everything, but I had to, bro. When I think of strikers, I think of 9. Cantona didn't play as a 9, bro. He played as a 10.
you know,
And I've
this is
never
also-
watched
Guys,
Cantona
agree
in
with
my
this
life.
team.
I've never watched it in
no,
life. But they're
also
legacy, man.
this is the problem, right? Because some of us would have watched all these players as almost as adults, right? Like you need to have a proper football brain. You need to be watching these players when you're at secondary school, right? You need to be like 12, 13, maybe 11, something. If you're watching Alan Shearer 3 years old, then it's difficult, like to make that judgment. Or Andy Cole in that same era, right? You will have an idea, but unless you watched it through that period, it's tough. Like it's not really fair on
Bro, I
anybody.
remember when I was watching football when I was like 5, 6 years old, 7 years old. I remember that like 02, 03. I have vivid memories of them years. I still remember the Man United and Mill FA Cup final. Like I still remember it.
Bro,
It's
to
mad,
be
innit?
honest,
Yep.
you know what's embarrassing? The fact that we have Harry Kane higher than Luis Suarez and
How is
Van
Harry
Nistelrooy.
Kane even in this fucking list, bruv?
I don't know, bro.
This is awful.
It doesn't make sense.
So this is the thing. People have difference of opinion. I've got Harry Kane in there, but low down. Purely the fact is, now here's the thing. People come in here and always go context, but then they leave out context in regards to the fact that
At least
when
win a trophy,
Harry
bro.
Kane scored all these goals, Harry Kane's been in the shittest team in Premier League history, one of the shittest Tottenham teams ever, and all that, and he's scoring all them goals in a really
So
declining
did
Spurs.
Shearer though, like, and you don't even use
Exactly.
Arsenal.
That's why Shearer's in my list.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
giving it.
that's different.
I'm keeping it consistent. It ain't all about like trophies for me, because the way people go about trophies, that means Darren Fletcher's got to be one of the best midfielders of all time. He's not. He's nowhere near. He was in a great Man City.
Ability. You have
Despite the
to
players around him,
most of the time. It really is.
You have to add legacy in there too, though, to be the greatest. I'm sorry, but to be the greatest of all time, do you not pinpoint people on trophies upon each other? Like Ronaldo never won the Champions League, but we put him up there. But if he never won any of those trophies, we wouldn't be talking about Ronaldo. We'd be talking about somebody else. Trophies is everything. I can expect that coming from a Spurs fan that says no trophies don't matter. They do matter because Alan Shearer actually won some trophies.
Again, you twist my words. You twist my words. No, you twist my words. It's got to have everything into it. To have not Shearer, because Shearer, and people actually have got this wrong in the comment, when he won the league with Blackburn were one of the strongest teams in the league. So I wonder it was like a Leicester story. They were one of the best teams in the league. But
Alan, that's also
okay. So let's change it.
He made them. He made them that.
Got to take everything into context. You can't just go.
He signed for Blackburn. He signed for Blackburn a British record fee of £3-something million or whatever it was back then. And then Sutton came up for 5-something million a season or two later. So he took them to that level. And same with Newcastle. Like Newcastle, I mean, they challenged the year before, but then
Cantona has to be in the top 10. I'm sorry.
Okay, so okay, we're gonna put Cantona in honorable mention. Fernando Torres not getting honorable mention. Adebayo is not getting honorable mention.
Robbie Fowler could be a question.
Robbie Fowler is an honorable mention, but he's not going to get in the actual
Ian
team.
Wright has to be somewhere there as well.
Ian Wright gets put up there. Teddy Sheringham got a lot of shouts from you guys, but
not for me.
Vardy got shouts from people. So this is basically the list now.
Yeah.
These are the bottom guys. We need to get 3 out of these 5.
Cantona's definitely, and Suarez and Ruud van Nistelrooy. I'd say that.
Because everything above is Andy Cole's in, like, no question.
So I don't know. It's such a difficult question. I hate this argument sometimes. It's mental.
What you want to put Andy Cole in the mix?
That's how you look at it. I mean, how you look at it. I mean, like you judge it by trophies and stuff. I mean,
because we already did.
Tottenham guy said no trophies.
We already did this. This right here is going to be an argument later on.
So okay, a question: Robin van Persie or Ruud van Nistelrooy?
Robin van Persie is not getting on the team, bro.
Yeah. Why Van Persie not? No, wait. Why not Van Persie in the team?
See, because Van Persie, it's also what you've done in the Premier League. Like, let's be honest. Yes,
he won the league with United, didn't it? He won the league with United.
Yes, he won the league with United. And he want to put him in there, but he's not going to get in over all these guys.
To be fair, a lot of his career he was injured, and I can't deny that, innit? You got to at least be available.
I think Robin van Persie was a fantastic striker. I mean, as I said, this is how you look at it, innit?
If we're gonna put Van Persie, people are gonna start giving shouts for Defoe and friggin' all these and
no,
Vardy.
Van Persie is better than Defoe. He's better and greater than Defoe.
Okay, so guys, let's try to get some organization. Basically, it's gonna come down to for this position here, we're gonna decide Ruud van Nistelrooy and Kane who goes 9, who goes 8. Cantona, Luis Suarez, Ian Wright, and Van Persie. 3 of them have to go.
Van Persie, get rid of it for me.
Van Persie can go.
Yeah, Van Persie can go. There's no way Cantona's going. I'm sorry. Carried Man United at times. From what I've seen.
Okay, we're gonna have to let the chat go.
The thing is, what Cantona's arrival propelled United to the first Premier League and then subsequent Premier League followed. So you could argue his legacy and certainly how warmly he's felt amongst Man United fans. On the legacy front, you can definitely say like the people they still thinking about him on Stretford End, right?
He's got King Cantona.
I think based off this, we could literally tell Kane to drop into this mix.
No, I would say put Kane higher and then put. Fuck knows.
Because I think Van Nistelrooy has to be on this list. I don't know about you guys. The United guys, United dominated the Premier League. Andy Cole and Van Nistelrooy have to be on the list.
Not when he was there. When he was there, they didn't dominate the Premier League. He won 1 Premier League.
Van Nistelrooy won 1 Premier League. Okay, so we're gonna give him. We're gonna take away everything else that he did.
No, he won 1 Premier League, 1 FA Cup, 1 Carabao Cup, and one Charity Shield. But he was arguably the best striker during that.
He was one of the best strikers, man.
And then when he went to Madrid, he still done the same thing. Champions League, you sick. Maybe we didn't win it.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep it simple. The
Can't like Ian
reality is,
Wright probably has to dip. I'm sorry if I want to be fair, but I can't. I don't know if you can. Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. Ian Wright's an Arsenal legend. He's there for the culture. But the reality is, top 10 strikers, after the top 5, 6, it becomes preference, personal preference.
But you know what? If you move everybody up one, if you move Cole up one, and then you've basically got your 10 there. You've got your 10 there. There's 3, and then there should be 2 free spaces there. Oh no! Oh shit! One of them has to drop out. Oh, okay.
So we have to drop one person. So people saying Harry Kane 8th. This is what we had originally. Van Nistelrooy there and Cantona are off the list. So this is the team. This is the almost on the video, guys. But I'm just gonna tell you guys, this was the team we had. So we had Luis Suarez 10th, Van Nistelrooy 9th, Harry Kane 8th, Andy Cole, and then Aguero. Then this is the argument. Another argument people are gonna have.
I can't lie. I think Drogba has to go there. At least he travelled to Europe and got the Champions League as well. Another guy was scared to go on the plane, innit? I can't lie. I'm just saying, but in terms of Chelsea,
I didn't want to say it, my guy. I didn't want to upset Egal. I didn't want to say it.
He was Mr. Clutch. Like, we're talking number 9. Drogba was a scary guy, man. He was stupid good. Dennis is sick though. Like, again, it's sick.
They do, Kaz. There was 2 different.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I think Bergkamp was more technical player.
I have. There's a case that Bergkamp could be even as high as 4th or 3rd. I don't think you can make that case for Drogba.
He's not better than Rooney though. I don't think it was better than Rooney though.
I love Bergkamp.
Bergkamp down to longevity as well. Slightly, like Drogba was in the Premier League for years.
Where's Andy Cole? Andy Cole is. Andy Cole's lost.
Bergkamp partnered both Ian Wright and Henry.
Kane needs to be off this list. How are you putting that guy above Cantona is beyond me. Beyond me.
Yeah, but Kane is an elite goal scorer. He's an elite goal scorer.
He's a goal scorer with no legacy. That's my issue. How can you put the guy the greatest of all time, the greatest to never do it? He could become. No, it's true. Unless he comes Man United and wins as a Prem, then there's a discussion. And he's in the same bracket as Van Persie then. I'm sorry, because Van Persie...
He's got one second. I mean, but that's why I said to you guys, what did I say in the beginning, right, of the conversation? I said, how do you look at it, right? Because if you look at it as a best, Harry Kane is going to be there because he's scoring goals. But if you look at legacy or
longevity,
I think he's not going to be there.
The reason why Harry Kane's in the list higher than Van Nistelrooy and Suarez is because longevity. They didn't have the longevity. Van Nistelrooy and Suarez didn't have the longevity. Harry Kane has the longevity. He doesn't have the trophies. And Suarez doesn't even have the trophies. Suarez doesn't even have the trophies, but he has the best single season or one of the best single seasons.
To be fair, Kane, he's got such a sick record against the top 6 as well. I can't lie. It's hard. It is actually hard. But you can't be if you ain't got no legacy, you can't be going above 10th for me. You can be in 10th for me.
This is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna read some of the comments. People, send in your comments. Everyone, after this message here, I'll start reading them. But Alan, you're gonna say something just before we
we're talking about we're talking about obviously Kane. Kaz said about he could be 10th, and that's fine. He could be 10th. It's fine. I reckon he could be 8th or 9th. But yeah, it's
hard,
fine.
Isn't it? It's hard. This is so hard.
One person had him 2nd.
What?
Hamza, you still there?
What did I buy him though?
Hamza's gone.
Okay, so this is the list at this moment in time. Henry 1st, Aguero 2nd, Shearer 3rd, Rooney 4th, Drogba 5th, Bergkamp 6th, Andy Cole 7th, Harry Kane 8th, Ruud van Nistelrooy 9th, Luis Suarez 10th. Are you guys happy with that list?
Yeah, who said Andy Cole shouldn't be in that list? That's beyond stupid.
You don't know what you're talking about if that's the case.
Yeah, that's beyond stupid, bro. He come close to. I swear, he come close to breaking the record. Like he's not come close, but he's up there. Man United's top goal scorers. It's just obviously
he was Man United's top goal scorer until Wayne Rooney came back.
Yeah. Because I think he's got signed like 240 goals over. I think
isn't Chalvin the top scorer, the second top scorer after Rooney?
No, my mistake. Yeah, you're right. But he has like over 300 plus goals? No, 261 goals in his career.
He's got bare goals. He started off in the 1st division when he was young, innit? I know that.
He was
I
in
know that.
Arsenal's academy and never kicked the ball for us.
Yeah, I think so.
Crazy. But yeah, so that's the list, ladies and gentlemen. But yo, let's see what the people in the chat have to say, because they must be rattled today over this. Jack, Suarez would have stayed if the league Suarez wouldn't have stayed if he joined
Arsenal fan.
Oh, if you pay that 10 more million, you know, if they pay 10 more million, they would have won that. You know, they would have won that season, innit? Came second. I think you would have won the league in 2014 or something like that. Yeah, you would 100%.
Ian Wright, more goals, more trophies than Ian Wright. You know what? Ian Wright has more goals than a lot of these guys, and he has one Premier League. But it's just
wow. And he got 187 goals in the Premier League. 187.
You know, I haven't heard one person, and this isn't what I could say he's just out like 12th or 13th or something like that, but Berbatov, he'd done well for Spurs, and then he went on to Man United and kicked onto another level. People haven't even mentioned him, and he would be.
Berbatov doesn't even get on the list, my guy.
I'm saying it. I'd say about 12th, 13th, 14th.
No,
these are that quality.
Wouldn't you have Teddy Sheringham, Michael Owen, Cantona all over him?
Yep, I would.
Teddy Sheringham, no. Cole, Owen, yeah.
No way.
Hamza, by the way, you missed it. We did the list.
United had some great strikers. I mean, I
let me see whether Ian Wright and Cantona. If Eric Cantona and Ian Wright missed that list, that's criminal.
They missed out.
That's criminal.
No, Cantona has to be on the list for me. I refuse to end the stream without him on the list.
I don't know how you're gonna justify that. Tell that to a normal fan, yeah. That's gonna be.
Let's just finish off the last 5 minutes by doing the honorable mentions. So number one on the honorable mentions is Cantona and Ian Wright, and then you have Van Persie, right? They're the best from the remaining. Michael Owen, who else? Robbie Fowler.
Before we had a conversation about this, I'm sorry, but you can't be putting Kane above Cantona.
Les Ferdinand, Cantona, and Ian Wright are one of the greatest.
What about Jermaine Defoe? Does he get it?
Mark Hughes was
no way.
Different type of striker, man. Mark Hughes was.
Where's Les Ferdinand?
With Hughes, he came more into from the first.
Yeah.
Anelka.
Les Ferdinand. No.
He did well for Chelsea too.
Les Ferdinand's not going to be in a mention, bro, of top 10. No one thinks of Les Ferdinand.
Oh my days.
Listen,
I can appreciate it.
Why is there a picture of Dion Dublin there? Get Dion Dublin.
They're trolling. They're trolling. Lukaku's there, bro.
Yeah.
Lukaku.
Yeah.
Hey, put Yaya as a no-go, so.
He needs Yaya as a no-go. That's what he's
honorable mentions. There could literally be a 10 of honorable mentions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7, 8.
Gianfranco Zola. Zola has to be there.
He doesn't get in ability as a footballer. Maybe.
Well, what about Teddy?
Why are you man getting gassed over a new mention, bro? This is called mention.
No. Listen, I tell you, there's certain players, that change the Premier League. Eric Cantona, Dennis Bergkamp, and Gianfranco Zola. Those three. They changed the way.
Hunter, then you say Klinsmann. Klinsmann was the first.
Yeah, Jürgen Klinsmann. People don't realize those are the three.
Bruv.
Okay, answer this. Would you rather have Michael Owen or Van Persie?
Oh,
Michael.
Both of them are
Van Persie for me.
Yeah, Van Persie for me, bro.
Yeah.
Fowler or Torres? Torres for me.
Fowler.
Torres in Chelsea.
Before the injury, mate, I thought Torres was a monster.
Don't get me wrong, Torres gave 2 great seasons to Liverpool, but Fowler he scored everywhere he went. Everywhere. That guy was rocking. Because we're talking Fowler. You know what? Guys, Torres in this list, and you don't put someone like Yakubu or Hasselbank then.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the next one. The next one is Vardy or Jermaine Defoe.
Where's Anelka? Anelka should have an honourable mention.
Vardy or Jermaine Defoe?
Vardy actually won the Premier League with Leicester.
Anelka should have an honourable mention.
You know what? Defoe was sick though, but he was just for me again. Just a very good striker.
But if you're If you're going to put
Oh,
Defoe in
sorry.
honourable mentions, then you need to put Anelka in honourable mentions as well.
He's in there. He's in there though. He's already
Is
in
he?
there.
He's in there. Where is he? He's
Wait,
somewhere
oh,
here.
okay. Sorry, I didn't miss it.
It's so
Yes, sir.
zoomed in.
Oh,
it's
there
so
he is. There he is.
zoomed in,
Okay,
though.
cool.
That's a Mark Viduka, you know.
Oh, Mark Viduka.
He was
That's
a bad
very
boy as well.
Yo,
Tony Yeboah.
Tevez.
Tony Yeboah
Carlos-
could be in
Ah,
there.
Tony Yeboah, yes.
Who else is there? Yo, Dion
Mhm.
Dublin. Yeah, nah.
Why is Dion- why is
The
Dion
rest of
Dublin?
them are all dead.
Dead's a bit harsh.
That's a Kevin Phillips. Again, look, there's the same thing. Kevin Phillips, Defoe, very good strikers. Don't get me wrong, very good. but
Okay,
not-
so let's do this final order. Teddy Sheringham.
get him out.
Where does he go on this?
Nowhere. He gets out the list.
Okay, Vardy.
Out the
Uh,
list. Are we talking top 10 or are we going to keep them in
No,
new
we're
brackets
talking
now?
about the remain between these three. Just to end it off.
So what are we doing? Are we keep is new?
No, Zola has to stay.
These
Zola
guys
staying.
are all staying. We've done our list. This is just honorable mentions. It's done.
Wait.
Let me see-
So,
let me see the 9-10.
are we putting
Let
an
me see-
order? Are we putting an order to on?
So this is basically a top 20 now. So we've done.
I'm done. I'm actually done. I'm getting out of the street. How are you not putting you know what? You know what the maddest thing is, yeah? Bergkamp and Cantona's got similar stats, yeah, and everything. And we could say similar games, clutch moments, and everything. Cantona needs to be right next to Bergkamp, mate.
So
What's
you
the
want to
difference?
move. You want to
Yeah.
move everyone down and put Cantona 7th.
You know, I was gonna say to Alan, yeah, Alan, I will never put Harry Kane there. You know why? Because his legacy hasn't his legacy. No, he still hasn't ended his legacy. He'll get there, no doubt. He's gonna be there. But these are players who what? Otherwise, people gonna start bringing on. And you see,
I didn't have him up that high.
Yes, but
I didn't have
Cantona-
him that high.
Cantona has to go over Van Nistelrooy. When I actually deep
Yeah, I'll
it,
never
Cantona's over
put-
Van Nistelrooy. He has to be over Andy Cole. He has to be over all of them. Like, I'm sorry, he has to be next to
Suarez.
Bergkamp.
I mean, Can now has to be over around Van Nistelrooy for sure.
Luis Suarez is
I'm
broke though. That's one of the
okay.
best.
So how about this? To finish it off, we're gonna put Cantona
Don't
9th,
you
Van
dare.
Nistelrooy off the
Don't
list.
you dare.
Yeah.
Van Nistelrooy is better than Suarez. Don't you dare.
So Suarez is off the list.
Get Harry Kane
No,
down at the
no.
bottom. It has to be down at
take
the
Van
bottom at
Nistelrooy
least.
out.
No,
Listen,
how you
put
just
Ian
move
right
people
there.
around.
Put Ian Wright number 9.
Where?
We're Ian right now. Take
Ian
Kane
Wright
out.
number 9.
Yeah,
That's it.
Kane out. Yes. You know what? I can agree with this. You know what? I can agree with that. I don't mind. Ian Wright was a bad boy as
Yeah,
well.
that.
My man's
Finally,
great.
we got Ian Wright in.
Wait, go up.
Come
Go.
on, Ian Wright. Come on, I would
He was about 6 Man United players then. And he's about 6 Man
Man
United players.
Man United is
Man
one.
Man United
you
deserve
deserve-
to have those kind of players.
Yeah, no, I know that. Yeah, I agree. I mean, to some extent, yeah. I think Suarez should be there. I'm not gonna lie. As a best, I think Suarez is fantastic. I'm not gonna lie. But
I'm not happy though. Like Cantona has to be
I
above
had
Andy
Suarez
Cole.
in there.
Cantona has to be above Andy Cole. We're talking about guys.
Bro,
that have
Suarez
done-
somehow, Kane and Suarez somehow dropped
oh
out.
my days! I don't care much about Kane. I think Suarez is got to be there, man.
Okay, you know what? We gotta go to the chat. We gotta go to the chat
Can
because
you
they're
be in
getting
the
angry.
top 10? Can you be in the
The
top 10?
chat saying you guys are stupid. He said Ian Wright had 128 games in 128 goals in 221 games. Bergkamp had 87 goals in 337
All right,
games.
cool. I'll go check his assists.
He's the number 10. Bergkamp was the number 10.
It's not about goals.
Bergkamp was the number 10. Ian Wright
Go
was the
check
number
the-
9.
You know,
Well,
And-
that's my
and
point. I mean, in
Bergkamp
the beginning, I
he's
said that
not
you're
in
saying
the debate.
Drogba number 9 or number 10. That's what I was saying in the beginning, right? I said
No,
that
but the
you want to
reason why
in out
Bergkamp-
number 9 or do you want a number
The
10?
reason why
That's why I'm
Bergkamp
getting
is in the
confusing,
debate,
right?
the reason why Bergkamp is in the debate and like other traditional number 10s like Kevin De
PK
Bruyne
now.
and these guys are not in it. What do you guys consider Bergkamp a midfielder? I don't consider him a midfielder.
He's not a midfielder. He was like a 10,
No,
wasn't he?
he's a
That's it.
striker.
I don't think it was 9, Egal. That's my
number 10
point.
striker.
You have to
yeah.
He's classed as a striker in certain aspects of what he
Same
did.
with
So,
Rooney. Same with Rooney as well. Then, but it's just like
Same
you
was
know
Rooney, yeah, same was Rooney.
Like
what?
Del Piero.
So the thing is,
I know Henry to some extent. Tony Henry was a winger originally, right? I
Yeah,
don't
but
think
back
it's
then-
out
back
number
then-
9.
back then people forget there was two strikers. Dwight York as well. Conversations. He was number 10, number 9 kind of player as well, and you have to put them into conversations.
But listen. The funny thing is, yeah, Bergkamp transformed. Bergkamp, there's two players there, yeah? Bergkamp and Henry. They transformed Arsenal. Although they failed in Italy, they were failed players. They were failed. Like Bergkamp failed in Inter, and Henry was a failure in Juventus. And they came here, but they got to the top because the league wasn't the best compared to that. That was the greatest league in the world. You needed the R9. The top players were there. If you're not that top player, they stripped you.
On that list, Bergkamp is the best footballer. On that whole list, he's the best footballer. No one can tell me that anyone's a better footballer than him. I think even Luis Suarez would be so up there as one of the best footballers. It's not the best.
Technically, you're talking about technically, yeah?
Yeah. Of course, as a football player, yeah. But the thing is, you can't be on that list if you haven't won a Prem. I'm sorry, but if you're going to be one of the greatest of all time, the greatest have got to have win something, especially the Premier League. How can you be one of the greatest nines if you haven't even won the Prem itself? It's weird, isn't it? That's all I'm going to say. Because clutch moments, it's time to get over the league, over the line. Go win a couple things. That's the way I look at it. That's my outlook.
So I feel like the top 5 is solidified. Now we're questioning if Bergkamp should be even in it. But I think Bergkamp
can't be in it.
We were so close, and all of a sudden, you ripped
your
up
friend's
and
parody
started messing about. We were
everything. I thought everything was done, and then it got ripped off. Listen, it's time to start exposing guys and what their lists were. Time to expose everyone.
Qasim said it at the start. Are we talking about the greatest?
This is going to be the fun part,
man, boy. And that's why I went to quiet my guy. That's why I just went to quiet.
This list, guess whose list this is? Don't say whose list is. Anyone who's watching, don't say which list is yours. Whose list do you guys think this is?
That's probably. I'm gonna say that's
not mine.
That's right.
That's Alan.
That's Alan. That's Alan. No, that's not Alan.
Yeah, that's Alan's list.
Yeah.
That's Alan.
That's Alan's list. Okay, whose list is this? Don't say it.
Rooney, Guerrero, the RVP.
If you know your list, don't say it.
That's Rax. That's Rax.
Yep, that's Rax's list because he did 2 parts, right? Then you got this one here. Whose list do you think this one is?
Which one?
This one.
The one on the left.
This list.
That's yours.
That's the most accurate one.
I can agree with that one.
That's the most accurate one. That's the best one.
No. I can agree with that.
It's Hamza's list. It's Hamza's list. That's why you think it's
Come on. Look at me. Brains, man. Brains.
All right. Next we got the stinkiest list. Ram. Big up Ram. But he has Harry Kane second.
Jermaine Defoe, man. Teddy Sheringham.
Is Ram the Suarez there? I'm surprised with Ram, though.
You know, you can sit passing now, Rax, in it. You can actually go drink and, hydrate.
This is
oh my God. This is
This is Neeks' list. This is the fun part. Okay, so this is Kaz's list.
This is my list. On the left.
Except for this part. This is kind of wild.
I love it because Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Man. Come on, man.
That's a good one.
This is my list. I put Sergio Aguero as 3rd, actually.
Not bad.
I can't lie. I think I had a howler with Sergio Aguero at 5th. I would have probably swapped him and Ruud van Nistelrooy and then be like, you know what? I can live with that.
Yeah. And then,
all I say about Egal, look at the Arsenal fans.
Guys,
Arsenal fans are never loyal. Look at that Ian Wright. Ian Wright's
I have Ian Wright.
Ian Wright, Didier Drogba.
I have Ian Wright.
Ahead of Ian Wright. That's a joke.
Yo,
no, but Didier Drogba ahead of Ian Wright. That's a joke.
Couture put Aguero ahead of Henry.
No, that's bad. That's bad still.
That's bad.
And then Qasim's list. Qasim's list is I forgot to tell him no more Salah.
Yeah, but well. The reason about Salah because I thought it's like Henry was a similarity though as a winger comes as a blaze in the front. That's why the reason.
Yeah.
About Salah.
So yeah, that's everything for today, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Honestly, it was a little chaotic. I need to get it down. I need to get it down a little bit. But shout out SDS Podcast. Shout out Filthy Fellas. They figured this out. They know how to do it quite easily.
You know what you should do? Like Kaz suggested, you should do some kind of like average or points or whatever, and then start with that, and then make changes to it or something.
I did do that. I did do that, but then you guys basically said F that team.
Yeah, he said Excel spreadsheet. That's how it should be though, the Excel spreadsheet. But let's get one thing straight here, Hamza. you didn't support City before a certain time. You all know it now, man. It's calm. It's time. To, you know you
Calm,
can't
get out of here, man. I respect the legends like Ian Wright. I didn't show biasness there.
You did not come to South Norwood.
Big up
Yeah,
Alan
yeah,
in the
man.
chat,
You
man.
didn't come to South Norwood. The first
Let me
game of England, yeah, and you thought, you know what? I like Man City.
Let's go.
No one
Let's
even knew
go.
what Man
We're gonna
City
go
were.
and see.
Bro, just because you
What's this? What's all this? What is
You know what?
City talk?
You know what the maddest
What's
thing is?
that
Yeah, let me
City
look
talk?
at
All
one
Is
thing.
that a
Let
Man
me
City
City,
pillow?
City,
Is that a Man
City.
City pillow?
How many
Look
City
at this.
tops do you have?
wait. Hold on.
City, City,
Oh, let me see.
City,
Wait.
City.
Hamza, please get me out all the sizes and let me see if there's difference in sizes in your old shirts.
Look at that. Look,
I can go get Man City's kit from back in 1999, G, if I wanted to. Go show me the size of the kits. I want to see, bro. Back then, you was definitely a small or a medium. Get me out the sizes. I want to know the size of your tops.
oh, Real Madrid.
Get me out your old tops.
That's
Get me
Real
out. Get me out your old Man City.
Real
Let
Madrid
me
top
see
in
a
there.
size. Let me see a size.
Why is he throwing the Madrid top on the ground?
We're gonna dunk on them in the semi-final. Semi-final, I'm
not
dunking
do
on
this,
these guys. I'm dunking on these guys.
Get past Bayern first.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying here. Can you not agree this? If he gets out of size and I see start
These
seeing
guys,
small medium
they're
back
next.
in the day,
These ones are next.
I mute
I'm
him
gonna
again
dunk
quick,
on them
yeah?
as well.
Mute
These
him
guys.
quickly.
They're next.
Go ahead.
Yeah, mute him. So basically, yeah, can we not all agree? If he gets out of top from back in the day, basically that because everyone got man tops back in the day, yeah. Remember this. If he can get out of tops, yeah, that was small and mediums, then and all that stuff when he didn't have all the weight and all that, like all of us did, yeah, pretty much. I'll be like, you know what, cool. Let me go see that. But if they're all XLs and Ls, I'm not hearing it.
What is he doing? He's taking photos.
Anyway, because the thing is, yeah, Egal, if you wanted a 99,
Hamza, what are you doing?
if you wanted an Arsenal 99 top, I can go get a few tomorrow. For real. All of them tops. I'm not stupid. They're all over the gaff now, man. You get replicas anywhere. So,
Big up.
Hamza, let me go see your smaller mediums of your back in the day shirts.
There you go. Let's keep it moving, guys. We're gonna wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Big up everyone. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the stream. The stream was kind of chaotic. Conte got sacked. We spoke about that at the beginning. Alan's quite happy today. He doesn't have much to say on that. Rax doing his thing. Qasim, no arguments with Chelsea fans today. Big up for that. We got Kaz doing his thing today, holding it down. And Hamza.
Wait, one second, Egal. Who do you think is going to win the Champions League?
Who's going to win the Champions League? Napoli.
No, wait, one second. I think City are going to knock them out, my guy.
I don't think
Napoli's going to win the Champions League.
There's something
Kaz, listen to me, my guy. City will knock them out. I remember I said that to you.
I remember I said this to you. Tuchel is Pep tonight, yeah? Let me tell you for free. He will not get past him. Now he's got such I can't lie. If they had thingy back, they would have smashed them. Tuchel is gonna play serious haram ball, yeah. I'm not joking. He will win it.
Okay,
I think City will.
Let's ask everybody who's gonna win the Champions League, guys. Who's gonna win the Champions League? People saying Real Madrid. I personally think Napoli are gonna do it. Hamza is gonna say Man City.
I'm going City.
Hamza, what are you saying?
Are you joking? There's a reason why I'm UEFA ranked #1 club in the world. There's a reason why I'm the favorite in the Champions League despite Madrid winning it. Madrid are not favorites. Madrid is not favorites. They've won the Champions League, but they're not favorites. I'm the favorite.
What about Napoli?
#1
They have
ranked
the
team
heritage.
in the world.
Hamza, if you
Bro,
go
they
to the
joke,
if
man.
you
That
go to the
group-
Champions League final and you face Napoli, you're losing.
Bro, no.
Yeah, but listen, are they not going to go experience in the Champions League though?
No, they don't have the heritage. Apparently,
There we go then. So I think
Napoli don't have the heritage.
Napoli have won the Champions League.
No, they haven't. They've only
what?
No, they haven't.
won the
Never.
Champions League. I didn't
They've
know
only
that.
won Serie A twice. They won the UEFA Cup.
Napoli won the Champions League.
No, they've won the UEFA Cup.
Never.
Napoli's
No,
got
they have. They've never. They've only won the Serie A
No.
twice.
Yeah,
They
it
won
was
Serie A
Maradona,
twice.
innit? It was Diego, innit? It was Diego.
Maradona.
They had
Yeah.
won it.
They won
Yeah,
the
and-
UEFA Cup. UEFA Cup.
Oh, they won the Europa League. They never won the friggin'.
Yeah,
So I'm
with
saying,
Maradona as well.
The cup.
Oh,
Quad to
okay.
The
Napoli.
cup that Arsenal could win this year. They won that with Maradona.
Greatest team in Europe, though, isn't it, Hamza?
Bro,
One
we're
of the
ranked
best
number
teams
one.
in
The
Europe.
thing is, Madrid have won the Champions League, yeah, and they're still not ranked as the best. And they're not even favorites.
I
Can you
always
believe
thought they
that?
won the
They
Champions League.
and
Yo,
they're
when
still
did
not
Maradona raise the
shocked.
Champions League? Did Maradona ever win the Champions League?
No.
No, Europa
No.
League. Europa League. He won the UEFA Cup.
Oh, I'm sure.
He won the UEFA Cup. Maradona won the UEFA Cup.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I
with
take that
Napoli.
back. Napoli have no chance then. I thought they've won it before.
Thank
No
you.
chance. No chance.
No, they got a
No,
chance.
because having a team, let's be honest, teams that have won the Champions League before, it's a lot less pressure when they're in that competition trying to win it for the first time.
Yeah, they won in 1988.
I'll have to take your word for that.
Okay, everyone, give me your. I'm still gonna. You know what? I'm still gonna go with Napoli just for vibes. Alan, what are you saying? You know this. You experience. You've been to a final recently.
Yeah, I'd said Man City, or you can't rule out Bayern, especially now getting Tuchel in, who's what.
Can't
Yeah,
rule out Real
I
Madrid
understand
either.
people shout for Napoli as well, the way they're playing, but I may go for Man City or Bayern.
Okay, what about you, Rak?
Forza Napoli.
Napoli? Okay, Alan? Sorry, why did I say Alan? Kaz?
It's because I'm white.
My bad.
Wow.
He's not even denying it at this point.
Kaz, what are you saying? No, I just mixed up my words.
Yeah, you saw a white boy and saw. Oh, that must be an Alan.
Stop
Anyways, no, I think Napoli got a great chance, but I think Bayern go and win it now. I think that too. They got at the end. It does come down to the quality and the way the manager done it with Chelsea with the worst team. Not saying he can do it. Obviously, don't mean nothing. But they're on good form still. They need to shape up the defense just a little bit, but they got the players, man. They really got the players to go do it. Like they got Mane up front. That's a clutch winner there, and you could just put Gnabry and Sane or Coman around him. Musiala behind. You got Goretzka, Kimmich. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. If you play the right way, it could be good, but you know what's going to happen in it. It's going to put Musiala at right wing back, so it might have to be Napoli.
and Qasim's gonna say no, Chelsea, right?
Listen, bro. Okay, I'm gonna predict now, and I know it's gonna 100% gonna come right. You know that, guy.
Say what I.
I am the best in the business when it
Say
comes
what
to
I.
that.
Okay, go ahead.
Listen,
Say it.
listen. When it comes to let me talk, my guy. Let me talk. Let me land, right?
This guy, man. This
comes
fraud,
to-
and he's
My
already
guy,
fucking
listen,
them out already.
relax. It's Manchester City, my guy. Manchester City gonna win the Champions League this year.
Okay.
Man City gonna knock Bayern Munich out.
I need that.
You guessed it, Hamza. Okay,
I hate to
guys,
say it, but
we're
it's
gonna
be this year,
actually end it there. Go check out Flawless's channel.
I need
Go
it,
check
man.
his videos going straight after this. Big up Kaz for coming on. Big up Hamza. Big up Qasim. Big up Rak. Big up Alan. Go check out their channels. The links are in the description also. We're out of here, people. Have a good one.